Not a smooth process, living with roommates and having to pay those bills on time, and it's certainly no walk in the park, especially when our incomes can vary. So how do you make this work without adding a ton of stress to the mix? Our financial expert, Chip Cummings, is here to help us this morning. Wow, this is opening a whole can of worms for me.
It is, or not killing somebody.
I know.
Like you said, fist fights. It's not that uncommon.
No, when I was in college, we would literally go to blows over who you paid this. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. No, I didn't.
You're the type, you had to sign your name on your beers, too, didn't you? To protect them. Yeah.
Anybody touches any of my stuff.
That's right. You count them before you go to bed at night.
So where do we start in this process?
Well, it is. Not just at college, but also with the economy the way it is. A lot more people are teaming up, sharing expenses. And if you don't have a plan going in, it can get ugly, as we said. So what we did is based upon some viewer feedback, we put together 5 quick tips that somebody can use in order to establish a peaceful household or a dorm room, whatever the case might be.
All right, so let's start with tracking things, because that's where a lot of the problems come in anyway.
That's a biggie. First one is create some sort of simple tracking system. Whether it's a piece of paper, it doesn't have to be a full-blown spreadsheet or anything.
And you don't need an attorney to sign off, right?
Exactly, but something so that you can say, hey, here's the bill, this is what we spent, this is everybody's share. You know, just a simple piece of paper on a computer program. Real simple stuff. So that's number one.
Now, I like the one, too. This is a good one, because then maybe it does tend to alleviate some of the problems, going shopping together for things.
Oh, especially grocery items are a biggie. You know, everybody has their favorite snacks. Sarah, it's Twizzlers, right? So she's not going to steal my Twizzlers.
All right.
No, you have to have a common sense of what's in the house. Everybody select their items, and when you go together, then you don't fight when the things come back. Well, didn't we have that? I got this. Where did my bonbons go?
Yeah, or you come home late from studying, and you want something to eat, and you're expecting to eat it, and it's gone.
Right.
Oh,
so
man.
If you go together and you make decisions, say, hey, let's get this, this, and this for the week, then everybody's on the same page.
All right, talk about this. Interesting what you do with receipts.
Well, this is a good one, important one. There's going to be a lot of out-of-pocket receipts. You know, if you say, hey, I'm going to the store, grab a case of beer or whatever it is, you got to have a community jar, a communal place to put those items, so the receipts, so that at the end of the week, the end of the month, whatever you do, you can pull those out and say, okay, John spent this, Rob spent this, Sarah spent this, and Mike spent this, and divide it all up, and that way you can have an accounting at the end of the month.
That's a good idea. All right, let's talk about the lease and the utility bills.
That's a biggie. And for those of you that are in homes or apartments, something like that, you want to make sure that your name is on the lease so that you get credit for it, number one. And number two, if something goes wrong, you can fix it. Because I had a gentleman not long ago that moved out of an apartment. His name was still on the lease. They weren't paying the lease, and he had to be able to go in and fix it. He can only do that if his name's on it. But if you're going to be buying a house at some point in time, you need to build up that credit. And there's no better way to do it through utility bills and rent payments.
And above all, don't go to fisticuffs.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
It's not worth it, right?
No. Then you get housing free, courtesy of the government, and there's no front door. It doesn't work very well.
That's right. Chip, good stuff, man. Thanks for being here. We appreciate it.
Good to see you.
All right. We have those details linked to the morning news.